Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video today we're talking about the live action Aladdin film. So the word on the street is that Naomi Scott got the enviable, lucky role of Princess Jasmine. I mean, I'm 34 years old, I am Colombian background, I cannot sing. So yeah, the chances of me getting cast I knew were like none. Colombian background, 34 years old, can't sing. No, not good. The odds were not in my favor. How many other girls around the world were crying out there when they realized they weren't going to be Princess Jasmine in a live action movie? Did anyone else shed a tear? Comment below. So we were all like, who is this lucky girl gonna be? So poor Naomi, because whoever this girl was that was gonna get cast, because we were all gonna look at her and find a reason to not like her, right? But Naomi, it's all good, girl. I just want to send love to her now. And some of you are like, Jennifer, we're supposed to be hating her right now. I know. But I'm going to be honest with you. Like, okay, I already knew that, I wasn't in the age range for this role. So, like, it wasn't, so I don't have, like, if you're probably if you're younger, you're probably still, like, your blood's probably boiling a little bit. Like, I could imagine, like, being younger and being like, we all kind of have our own idea of what we wanted to see in Princess Jasmine, whoever the lead cast girl, the girl who was going to be cast was. I want to make this a positive video, and my husband's like, Jennifer, you need to lower your expectations for this live action Aladdin film, because I had like my bar was like way up there. It's just, they're never going to be able to make everybody happy, because we all have this expectation in our heads of how the movie should be. There's just so many challenges to this whole ordeal. I mean, for one thing, something my husband mentioned too is I have to remember that this is a business. It's the entertainment business. I feel like people so often forget that they have to make money on this film, and it can't, and they have to appeal to as large of a demographic as possible. We might hate how this film comes out, but we're gonna go see it. We're all gonna go see it because we're gonna want to judge it, and Disney is gonna laugh all the way to the bank. So, people are angry because they're like, where's original stories? Why are they, making these redoing these live action films? But they're making money. They are cash cows. And you know what? This is a business, and original content, it can be hit or miss from what I hear. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't major in business at the University of Central Florida, so what do I know? So I found this article on Elle's website on my phone, and it says, who is Naomi Scott? 7 things you need to know about the actress cast as Jasmine. Thing number 1 that you want to know, probably, what ethnicity is she? Scott is from London, but her mother, Usha Scott, is from Uganda and is of Gujarati Indian descent. Her father, Christopher Scott, is British. Scott's proud of her heritage, and she has showed off her Indian roots several times on Instagram. She's not Latin background, so I mean, there's something to be happy about there. She's closer to the Middle East than I am, but she is half English, and a lot of people are angry because she's half. So she is of Indian descent. A lot of people were upset about that, but I'm not Middle Eastern background. I think maybe had I been a Middle Eastern background, I would probably be more upset about the fact that she is half British, half Indian. But I'm not Middle Eastern background. I have Colombian background, so the fact that she's even, over in that vicinity of the world, it's like she resembles Jasmine more than me. So, I mean, I really can't talk smack. And what is Cinderella's, is Cinderella German? What is the background? Did anyone double check to make sure that the actress who was playing Cinderella was the right ethnicity? But I understand why it is a bigger deal, because there are so few roles for people of darker skin, like to be a lead role. It's a bigger deal. Like, I mean, they're starting to make strides. I feel like they're making strides in the industry. I tried to get into commercial stuff here in Orlando before I had kids, and I didn't know that there were so many borders up for people of darker skin. Like, I didn't even know. I just thought when you go to audition for a commercial, the person who gets the role, whoever does the best job of selling the casting director gets the role. I didn't realize that my appearance, like, I guess I talk white. I'm not gonna lie. I don't talk Latina. Maybe I can maybe sound Latina if I wanted to, but I don't. My first language was English, and that was part of why I got hired at Disney World to portray Princess Jasmine, because there were a lot of girls that used to come up to me who had thick Latin accents, who maybe even looked more like, there was one girl who wanted to be Pocahontas, really, really bad Hispanic girl, looked more like Pocahontas than I did. And she came bawling to me. She did fur, and she was like, Jennifer, they're not hiring me to be Pocahontas. Why? And she was like crying, and she's like, I look more like Pocahontas than you do. I didn't tell her it was because she had a thick Latin accent, because she was the type of Hispanic that if you would have said, oh, it's your accent, they don't want your accent, she would have gotten so angry. But there are a lot of girls who are like me, like they have a Latin background, they talk white, their culture is American. It can be really hard, because you can receive a lot of anger from the Latin community against you for not being Hispanic enough, but then you're also trying to fit in. And I saw my dad, like, my dad has a thick accent, and he looks Middle Eastern too. He gets stopped all the time, security, airports. He's got a super thick accent. I've seen how people treat my dad because of his accent, so I know firsthand how important talking a certain way is, because I've seen how people treat you differently. Now, the younger generation, they might not care as much. Accents don't bother me because I grew up with my Hispanic family having accents. I almost don't even hear the accent. I realize I understand that it's there, but I don't hear it. But I know people, I won't name names, in my life who don't like that accent. It bothers them. It's disturbing for them. I think they didn't want an accent, or they wanted an accent that was appealing to everybody. And I'm not gonna lie, and that might sound mean and rude and cruel. If you're a minority, you're probably gonna take more offense to it. If you are not a minority, then you probably don't care as much. But so that's kind of my rant there. And I feel like girls of my background will be able to feel me and understand me more than maybe other people. Everyone's probably going to be like, oh, stop with your race card stuff, Jen. Just get on with this. Sorry, I had to do my rant. Another person writes, sincerely Jocelyn, she writes, explain to me how Princess Jasmine is Arab. Last time I checked, Princess Jasmine doesn't have a race, and the place she's from does not exist. Also, back then, they were influenced by 3 countries, Arabians, Persians, and Indians. Why is it that Princess Jasmine is wearing Punjabi clothing, which is from India? She also has a Bengal tiger, which comes from India. She is literally halfway naked, something Arabs look down upon. But all of a sudden, you guys want to claim Princess Jasmine, but I thought leaving your hair out and showing your skin was bad. Y'all kill me. I'm glad an Indian is playing Princess Jasmine because she is Indian. Get over it. Well, I don't know if I agree with that comment 100%, but I hear what she's saying. I felt like she had some points, One of my friends is Muslim, and she covers her hair. She had an arranged marriage. She was a good friend of mine. We're still friends. We're not as close as we used to be when we were in college, but she was friends with me when I used to do the character in the parks, and I was always kind of like, you're the actual culture of these people, but yet you can't even audition to be Princess Jasmine because she's showing her whole body. Back then, Jasmine used to show her whole body. And she was like, yeah, but I still love, she understood it. She saw it for what it was. It was an American spin on their culture or whatever. She knew that it was totally Americanized. She knew that it was all wrong in every way. She knew that, but she accepted it. She grew up in the USA, she was really cool about it, but you know, she never seemed to be angry that Disney didn't make something for her. I think she knows that Disney, as far as I know, they aren't there trying to promote the Muslim religion, as far as I know, but I don't know. So, I mean, does she wish that they were more supportive of the Muslim community? I don't know. I don't know, but she still loves that movie, and she's gonna go see it, and she is happy that they made Jasmine more conservative looking. So I hear her, I totally hear her, and I feel where she's coming from. And I having experienced Princess Jasmine showing off her body and stuff, I'll be honest, sometimes I used to wish that I wasn't showing so much skin, because for so many reasons, because the girls would come and judge you. I remember girls coming up looking at me like, oh, you think you're something? You know, like, I remember that. Or even just guys, the way guys treated you, oh, like, it did suck sometimes. I'm like, man, you don't always want to be a piece of meat, you know? So we want to be attractive, but we don't want to be treated, you know, bad. So, you know, you can't always have your cake and eat it too. So a Muslim friend, like, a lot of her friends, like really good friends, are Indian culture. So she's like whatever about it, you know, she's happy. Even it doesn't bother her. I don't know. So if she's not bothered by it, and if she's cool with it, like, it makes me feel better about it. So I don't know. My heart goes out to her also because she is mixed. She's half. She's not even full Indian. And somebody made the comment that she's too white. She's not dark enough. And it's like, well, how dark is dark enough? Just the fact that she's half Indian, she probably gets locked out of a lot of the white girl casting. I can almost 100% guarantee you, because I remember what I went through when I was trying to get into commercials and TV and film. So I'm sure she felt that. And so finally she sees a dark girl role, and she's like, well, if they won't let me into the white girl stuff, maybe they'll let me get into the dark girl stuff. Have you guys ever like went on YouTube and looked up mixed girl tag? My heart goes out to some of these girls, because you're asking them to choose which ethnicity do they feel they are more of. Are they more Indian, or are they more white? Or are they more black, or are they more white? Are they more Asian, or are they more this? You know, so a lot of these girls, they choose to embrace both, and they don't want to hate. And I feel like it's unfair to say that they aren't enough, you know. So, you know, this is her time to go and embrace her dark side. As Princess Jasmine, go embrace being darker. You know, there are so many different types of beauty out in the world. You know, I have darker features, but my daughter looks white, and she, you know, she doesn't have the exotic look so much about her. My daughter has light features, and she's a white girl, so for all you white girls out there. But she, you know, I want her to think that, I want her to feel beautiful. I don't want her to think that just because she doesn't have that Jasmine look to her, that she's not beautiful. I want her to embrace her looks and her pointy, sharp nose. I want her to, like my dad's side of the family, I see my dad's nose, and it can be, depending on the angle of my nose, it can look a little more ethnic, or just certain things that my daughter doesn't have. I just want her to see herself as beautiful, even if she doesn't have my type of beauty. She has a different type of beauty. And so the point I'm trying to make with that is the fact that she is half white or half British or whatever, maybe that will somehow make her more appealing to another section of the world that doesn't find the dark beauty appealing. Like, maybe it'll make her more appealing to a bunch of different people, not just people who like dark features. Now the Jasmine is going to appeal to a greater audience. I don't know, maybe that's what they were thinking. I don't know, that's a theory I have. Comment below if you don't agree, or if you do agree, or if you don't agree, comment below. So, because these actors have to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Like, that was something that I learned in the commercial industry. What little I dabbled in commercials, I learned that whoever has a more marketable, more commercial look about them they were going to land more jobs. That's why you wanted those white sparkling teeth, because those are very appealing to a mass audience. Okay, moving on. Point number 2 about her. Her parents are pastors. Scott's parents share a career. They're both pastors at the Bridge Church in Woodford in Redbridge, United Kingdom. The church's website describes it as, quote, a community of ordinary people who have found peace, joy, and purpose in an extraordinary God. Aside from that, I know nothing else about her church. I don't know if I agree with everything that her church preaches. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. But I did see she had a bracelet on recently in a YouTube video, and it said, "What would Jesus do?" And when I was growing up, the church I went to used to sell the "What would Jesus do" bracelets in their gift shop. So, number 3, she started her career as a musician. She says, I grew up singing in church, actually. I grew up on gospel music. I was singing from a young age. I remember that I chose Don't Speak by No Doubt, so that was kind of my first performance. I think from there I felt like it was something I actually really enjoyed and wanted to do. I loved that song, Don't Speak by No Doubt, when I was growing up. So, good choice, Naomi. I don't really have a great singing voice. So the fact that she can sing is amazing to me. That's amazing. What a wonderful, wonderful talent to have, is a beautiful voice. So initially I had a couple of other ideas, like a couple of other girls that I wanted to be Princess Jasmine more than Naomi Scott. And, but who knows, maybe they couldn't sing very well. Maybe their acting wasn't that great and their singing wasn't that great, so I don't know. Who knows? And it also says she plays piano and started writing her own songs when she was just 15. What an amazing talent. I mean, speechless right here. What am I going to say? So there you go. I'm sure that helped her land the role as well. And she has a lot of experience, so it's not like they're getting some newcomer who doesn't know what she's doing. She's got experience under her belt. That helps. Number 4, she's married. Even though she's just 24, Scott has already taken major life steps. In 2014, she married soccer player Jordan Spence after 4 years of dating. That's a big deal. I mean, so she has somebody who's going to be helping her, hopefully, through this difficult time when everybody's sending her so much hate. Yeah, I mean, I was married at 21, and I was doing the Princess Jasmine character at Disney. So if she got married in 2014, then that means that she was 21 years old when she got married, too. Because she's 24, and she got married 3 years ago. Oh, my goodness. So I was 21 when I got married. She was 21 when she got married, and she's doing Princess Jasmine, and I got cast at Disney to do Princess Jasmine when I was 21. I wish I could have been cast in the live action film versus the theme parks, but I'll take the scraps. I'll take what I can get. So that's kind of cool. I feel like a little bit of a connection there that way. Number 5, she already has a Disney connection. Back in 2011, she played Mo on the Disney Channel original movie Lemonade Mouth, and she also starred in a British Disney Channel series called Life Bites. Dude, you guys, before I got pregnant with my daughter and I was trying to do the little commercial thing here in Orlando, networking, I didn't know how important networking is in the entertainment industry. It is truly a business, and you are going into business for yourself. You are the product. And networking and knowing people and being friends with people in high places is huge, because yes, sometimes the role goes to the director or the producer's daughter. That's how it is, like it or not. In this case, she has a relationship with Disney already. I bet you her talent agent knows people. I bet you she knows people. It's huge. You want to work with your friends. That is something that I learned from casting directors, what little I did. You want to work with your friends because you're working with people for like months at a time. And so the chemistry and getting along with the people on set, that camaraderie and that bond is huge. So if she already is comfortable, if the people who are producing and making the movie are comfortable with Naomi Scott, the person, and she has the ability to potentially do this part good and do it right, of course they're going to hire her. If I could go back in time, I would have majored in business, like, or I would have minored or something. I would have studied business more, because especially if you're going into acting, knowing things about the business will help take the emotion and taking things personal. Like, have you ever heard of the saying, it's not personal, it's just business? That's how it is sometimes. Like knowing more of the marketing and business side of the entertainment industry, it's so helpful to an actor. It really is. Because it's not all just about who auditions, who does the best auditions. Sometimes there's more, there's politics, there's business decisions, there's bottom lines, all that stuff. Number 6, she's kept in touch with her Disney co-stars. In 2015, she posted a picture hanging out with her Lemonade Mouth co-star Bridget Mendler. So basically, she could be forming lifelong friendships with her Aladdin co-stars. Apparently, she probably makes a good friend. I'm wondering. She's probably like a good person, you guys. As much as some of the people out there would like to hate her, I want to believe that she is actually a good person. So, because I want to love this movie, you guys. I don't want to hate her. I want to love this movie. Number 7, she has already played one of your childhood favorites. This year, Scott starred as the Pink Ranger in the new Power Rangers movie, meaning she already has experience playing a character near and dear to our hearts. So she has some experience in that regard. Wow. So she is, I mean, no doubt, this girl is super lucky. I feel like she's gotten so much hate out there, and I'll be honest, you know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity that Naomi Scott is getting. I would have loved it, Naomi Scott. If you're watching, you're probably not, but I would have loved it. And so this hate that she's experiencing, I think it's just, she's extremely lucky. There's just no other way to say it. And I've had a little bit of time to let go of the ideas of who I thought should play Princess Jasmine. And I have decided to embrace Naomi Scott just because I want to love this movie. I really do. I'm happy for her. And you know, and I was somebody who's not Middle Eastern, and I still portrayed Princess Jasmine at Disney, and I did it because I knew that, like, you know, I did it because I had a Muslim friend who was actually from that region, Middle Eastern, and yet I knew that she wasn't going to go audition to be Princess Jasmine because some of the, like, she would have had to have shown her hair or whatever, and that's not okay with her. Comment below, what are your thoughts? Are you happy with Naomi Scott as Princess Jasmine? And I can talk about Mina Masood, that guy who's going to be playing Aladdin, in another video, and Genie too, and everything. But I just thought that since the Princess Jasmine role was so controversial, I would kind of talk about it a little bit. So I just wanted to get your thoughts and opinions out there on what you think. Do you think that this girl can bring some justice to Jasmine? I'm really hoping she can do a great job, you guys. We'll see. My husband's like, Jen, you just need to lower your expectations in general. This is about making money. This is a business. But I think Guy Ritchie wants to do a good job, right? If you were hoping this video would be an angry rant, I'm sorry. I hope that this helps you love her and be open to her a little bit more. So I just need to look at this live action film as a new, fresh take on an updated, fresh take on Aladdin from Guy Ritchie's perspective. It is not the old movie that I loved and grew up with as a child. It is a different, new take from Guy Ritchie. That's how I'm looking at this. I have to let go of that bar that is so high, that wonderful 1992 film. I have to let that go and realize it's something completely different. And I think if I go in with that view, that it's like a completely different view of Aladdin, then maybe this could be good. I don't know. So those are my thoughts. Comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Let's talk about this, and I hope to do more videos as we hear more about the live action filming. I hope to do more updates and talk about all of that. So comment below, let me know what you think. All right, bye bye everyone.